Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Jay Azeltine. I'm 28 years old, and I spent the last 10 years obsessed with human optimization, getting the most out of our mind, body, and soul in this life. And so you see, my story is I grew up very anxious, very depressed, which stemmed from an early trauma when I was a child. It stemmed and just wrecked my entire life until I decided that it could be turned into a positive. Over the last 10 years, I've been on a journey of turning that pain that I dealt with my entire childhood into purpose. And I now teach other men how to do the exact same thing. I teach men how to live a happier and healthier life by leaning into their fears, leaning into their pain. And I use tools such as ayahuasca to do this. I've been working with men for over 6 years now. I've directly coached over 250 men from all over the world and indirectly worked with thousands of men across this entire globe. That includes a lot of different types of human optimization retreats, but also includes the ayahuasca retreat. You see, ayahuasca has been used as a medicine in the Amazon jungle for over 1,000 years by humans. It's considered a psychedelic plant medicine. The active compound in ayahuasca is DMT. You may have heard of that before, probably from Joe Rogan. And so ayahuasca is this, what I consider a technology of the jungle. It's a spiritual tool. It has an incredible intelligence to it. And so when you consume it, you are allowing this intelligence to enter your body with the goal of healing, right? We all have trauma from our childhood and we store this in our body. We have an energetic body, we have a physical body, and we store this in our energetic body. You guys ever been around somebody that feels really heavy, really dense? It's because they have so much blocked up within them from their past trauma that they don't know how to release. In modern medicine, Western medicine doesn't seem to have an answer for this. And so plant medicine in general, including ayahuasca, seems to be an incredible tool to allow us to go in and work on a really deep level and start to remove some of these blockages, to remove some of this trauma that's causing us to feel anxious all the time, that's causing us to feel depressed, that's causing us to drink too much alcohol, smoke too much weed, eat too much food, and manifest in these weird ways that are not ideal and don't align with our higher self. And so we consume this ayahuasca, again, with the goal of going in and clearing this and healing ourselves. And ayahuasca seems to be, thus far, according to all the research and all of the personal sharings that I've had from so many people that work with this, it seems to work for everyone, including the most intense PTSD victims. And so there's some really promising research coming out now that we're actually researching these tools, that it seems to be much more effective than Western medicine in specific ways of helping us release and heal. So ayahuasca has impacted my life in such a positive way that I've now dedicated my life to hosting retreats here in the jungle to create this experience for other men and women seeking this out. And so the Immerse retreat that I host is a really unique, one-of-a-kind flow. And so we do 6 weeks of prep work leading into the retreat. This is all done through Zoom. Everyone that comes to these retreats is from all over the world. And so we work together for 6 weeks through Zoom, preparing our mind, body, and soul for this experience. We get to know each other because this is a tribal experience. This is a group experience with what I create. It's not just an individual experience, but it's also the group with the other 9 guys that you're going with. And so you get to know those guys, you get comfortable with those guys, and get the ability to be a little bit more vulnerable with them through that 6 weeks. And so by the time that we finish up our 6-week prep, you arrive in Costa Rica here in the jungle, 100% prepared, mind, body, soul, to have this experience. And so when you arrive, we begin the retreat by really just grounding in. We spend the first day in nature, we get into the ocean, we relax, we breathe, and just get everyone's nerves calmed down, because this can be an experience that sparks up a lot of fear, it sparks up a lot of nerve, totally normal. So we really go into it with an ease, with a lot of nature. From there, we work with, on the second morning, something called Kambo. Kambo is this incredible frog medicine that is going to cleanse us out and clear our body and our soul going into that first night of ayahuasca. And so Kambo is eventually going to lead to us purging out into a puke bucket, and you've never felt so great puking. It is the best. And everyone that's come through this experience, one of the most notable beneficial parts of the retreat is the Kambo experience. The first night after the Kambo, we go into our first ceremony of ayahuasca. It goes the entire night. We go from about 8 p.m. until 3 a.m. working with the ayahuasca medicine. We have such an incredible shaman that leads us through this experience, an entire team that dedicates their entire life here in the jungle to providing this experience for us. So we're in really good hands working with the shaman and with the team here. And so we go through our first night of ayahuasca. The day after the first night of ayahuasca, we go through a sweat lodge, a Temazcal sweat lodge. It is Difficult to say the least, but one of the most beneficial aspects of the retreat. You will be pushed mind, body, soul to the limit, and you will find your edge. You'll go a little bit past that edge, and you will see your true strength that lives within you and your true capabilities. After the sweat lodge, we go through our second night of ayahuasca. So we do 2 nights of ayahuasca on this retreat, in addition to the combo plant medicine and in addition to the temazcal. This all creates one big loop, one big circle. All these plant medicines work together, and for me and everyone that's come through this experience, it seems to be the perfect amount for most guys being their first plant medicine experience. And so that's the first half of the week, is a lot of medicine work. We're really cleansing out ourselves, we're healing, and we're starting to then the second half of the week begin to integrate this into our life, right? We had this incredible experience. Well, now how does this apply to my life? How can I integrate this when I go back home? And so that second half of the week is very based on just learning how to integrate this into our life, sharing as a group, opening up, being vulnerable. There's a lot of times in the second half of the week, guys just break down, they cry, and they haven't cried in years, and they cry in front of a group of guys, and it feels so freaking good. And that second half of the week is one of my favorite parts. We spend the night in the Diamante waterfall, in the cave behind the waterfall. It's so awesome. Everyone's feeling so light at that point in the second half of the week, where they just feel like they're floating like butterflies. Everyone's guards down. We're being silly geese at that point, just laughing and having a great time. It's one of my favorite parts of the retreat. And so that second half of the week is a lot lighter, it's a lot more fun. And I think it just brings me to the next point, is this retreat is not all about just serious hard work on this side of the spectrum. It's also really fun and light, where we just have a silly time too. So you're gonna come and laugh and have fun and be joyous like you probably haven't done in a long time. And so we eventually wrap up the retreat, we go back home, and we begin to put in the work. And so we have a couple calls for integration after the retreat. I don't just throw you out and you're on your own. We have some integration after the retreat to ensure that this actually applies into your life. The integration process is the most important part of a retreat like this. And you have access to integration specialists that you can work with. And so that is the retreat flow. So I want to talk about my non-plant medicine retreats that I host as well. As I mentioned earlier, I host a number of human optimization retreats for men and for couples as well to join me here in Costa Rica. If you're not quite ready for a full-blown plant medicine retreat, I totally understand. I believe this is something that can help everyone, but it's all about timing. It might not be the right timing for you right now to come drink ayahuasca and sit in a temazcal, but you may still be looking to come to Costa Rica and have an escape and come down here. And so I believe that this whole space, beyond just the ayahuasca, is medicine. The oceans here, the jungle, the nature. There's so much incredible beauty here in Costa Rica. And so that's why I host non-plant medicine retreats. And so what these non-plant medicine retreats are, they're about 7 days long, and we leverage a number of other tools to create healing, create growth, and fun on these retreats. We do ice baths, we train in the ocean, we swim, we run, we hike, we do a lot of breath work, a lot of meditation, a lot of sharing as a group, right? Being vulnerable as men and just opening up, and that can be such medicine in itself. We spend time bonding together, being in tribe, growing with like-minded men. And so this non-plant medicine retreat, despite not having plant medicine, is still just as valuable depending on where you're at right now in your life. And so this is a great option for anyone seeking out fun, growth, healing with other like-minded people, but again, aren't maybe quite ready yet to come have a full ayahuasca retreat. And this retreat is meant to be a stepping stone for someone that wants to eventually come have the full ayahuasca retreat. And so it's a preparation retreat, but also guys that come to the plant medicine retreats eventually come to the non-plant medicine retreats. And so it really works both ways. The immersed plant medicine retreat and the non-plant medicine retreat are designed for men seeking more out of themselves and life as a whole. Men that are ready to really step into the work, men that are ready to align with their highest self and connect with other like-minded men. As I mentioned earlier, this isn't just an individual journey. This is a tribal experience. You're doing this with a group of like-minded men. And so if you're ready to connect with those like-minded men, support them as they're supporting you through this once-of-a-lifetime experience, this is for you. And this, especially the ayahuasca plant medicine retreat, you do not need to have past plant medicine experience or experience with ayahuasca to qualify for this trip. A lot of the guys that come through this retreat have no psychedelic or plant medicine experience, and I tell everyone, this is the perfect place to have that type of experience in a supportive environment led by incredible leadership, incredible shaman. There couldn't be a better place to have this experience. And so if that feels right for you, if this is something that's calling on your heart, follow that heart and go ahead. There's a link below. You're gonna be able to drop your email in for an application. And then from there, we'll go ahead and jump on a Zoom call and see if it's a good fit for you.